Alright, let's get started with this video. So, I'm going to be trying to predict the outcomes of Week 1. First game, Cowboys versus Buccaneers. So, honestly, I think the Buccaneers are going to win. Tom Brady is still playing. He obviously won the Super Bowl last year, so he's not old and washed up or anything. And yeah, I think Tampa's going to win this one. Not only because I don't like the Cowboys, I'm going to be rooting for Tampa. Tampa's just talented. You saw what they did to the Chiefs on offense and defense, and I don't think Dallas will be able to do it on Thursday night. So, yeah, I'm going to take Tampa, and it's a home game, so yeah. Now, we got Seahawks versus Colts here. I don't really believe in Carson Wentz, if I'm going to be honest with you. And Seattle's defense hasn't been as good as it used to be. Legion of Boom is obviously just fossils at this point, but you got to be honest. The Colts, they can play defense, but I highly doubt that their offense will be able to pull it off against Russell Wilson, so I'm going to take the Seahawks in this one. Oh, dear God, what is the Houston Texans? The Texans are a team that is prepared to lose a lot of games this year. I'm a Texans fan, so take it from me. We are not making the playoffs. Now, NFL recently posted the chances of a team making the playoffs, and the Texans were at the bottom. It was kind of bad projections, not going to lie. The Bears were above the Seahawks, but yeah, the Texans were at the bottom. And I completely agree with that. We don't have the best roster. The Texans will start Tyrod Taylor in this game because Deshaun Watson can't keep his life straight. And let's take the fact that, alright, so the Texans, I forgot the guy that we drafted. I'll have to look it up later, but we drafted a quarterback in the second round, a pick right after Kellen Mond, the A&M quarterback. There's a big reason why Texas A&M is my favorite sports team instead of the Texans. And we are starting Tyrod Taylor, which, I mean, I'm fine starting a veteran over the rookie. It makes sense, but what doesn't make sense is the fact that our team sucks. Like, we have an okay quarterback. I mean, Tyrod Taylor hasn't really been that relevant since he was on the Bills, like, 4 years ago. And he got injured last year. He missed the whole entire season. I forgot if he got injured in week 1 or week 2. But, yeah, he missed the whole season. The Jaguars, on the other hand, they had the number 1 pick in the draft because the Jets forgot how to tank in the last couple of games. And the Jaguars got Trevor Lawrence, the quarterback that the Jets were bound to get. And yeah, we're just gonna suck. Alright? We're gonna lose this game. Trevor Lawrence will probably throw like 200 yards in his first NFL start. And I don't know if it's gonna be close or a blowout. I think it may be close since the Jaguars are still bad. Like, nothing's really changed except for the quarterback situation. The Jaguars are still, like, the same team that went 1-15 last year. And the Texans are the team that went 4-12 last year, just worse. So, yeah, I think the Jaguars are going to win. And I'm going to stop talking about the Texans now because I got to carry on with the video. Now we have 2 more teams that played mediocre at best. Philadelphia played horrible last year. They went 4-11-1. They tied to the Bengals, who went like 2-14 the year before. Carson Wentz, he's gone thankfully for the Eagles, but yeah, he's had 2 picks in the first 3 games. Well, no, he had 2 picks per game in the first 3 games. My bad. They had to start Jalen Hurts a little bit after like week 10 or something. I don't really remember. He choked the division to the Cowboys, and the football team was the one that was able to beat the division, and the football team was supposed to be the laughing stock of the league, right? The Eagles quickly became the laughing stock of the league as soon as it started by losing to the football team. And not just the Eagles, it was mainly Carson Wentz. He threw 2 picks against the football team and took 6 sacks. Or was it 8? I don't really know. I'll have to look that up too, but yeah. It wasn't really the best you could say about it, but yeah. And the Falcons, though, the Falcons were like choke legends last year. They choked to the Bears and the Cowboys back to back. They did not make the playoffs. I think they went 4-12. I don't quite remember. I didn't really pay attention to Atlanta all that much, but I'm gonna have to take the Falcons on the road against a team that is still in a rebuilding process since they won the Super Bowl. And this probably may be one of the Falcons' few wins this season if they don't get it together. They lost Julio Jones, so in the offseason they weren't getting better, they were getting worse. So yeah. What to think about this game? I mean, you have Justin Herbert, and then Washington is considered one of the top-rated defenses in the NFL. So, I mean, I guess a home game against the Chargers, it's possible. I mean, normally the Chargers have road games every week. All 16 or now 17 games. So, I mean, I will say Washington probably will get the win if Fitzpatrick can play offense. And the Chargers could is a key word here. They could make the playoffs. I mean, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Hunter Henry, Austin Eckler. I mean, they have the talent on offense. They might need to get their defense playing together. You saw what happened against New England last year, but, I mean, they have their chances, so yeah. Now, I would like to say that it would be a great sight to see the Steelers get massacred by the Bills in Week 1 action, but you never know the Steelers. They could pop off and win their first 12 games and then lose to the football team, kind of like last year. And then they could choke games against the Patriots in the regular season and the playoffs. So, I mean, I don't know what Pittsburgh, you never do, but I still think the Bills are going to win this one. They definitely want revenge for that loss in the AFC Championship. And what better team to get it on than Pittsburgh? Get mad at me all you want, Niners fans. This game is going to suck. I'll lift your spirits some. You'll win. Jared Goff, he can never really either blow out or beat the 49ers. He had, like, a few good games against San Francisco, but his record against San Francisco is negative, and now he's on the Lions, so it probably hits home for him to play a division rival on a different team, but prepare to lose again, Detroit. I don't even know what to think about this game. I mean, the Vikings didn't just underplay last year. They dug down underplaying. Like, they were horrible. Like, they went 0-4 and then got destroyed by the Falcons, who were 0-5 at the time. Yes, I looked up their schedule before recording this bit, but, I mean, it's I don't know. And then Cincinnati's offensive line is probably still going to suck. Like, what's the point of drafting Jamar Chase so Joe Burrow can have some chemistry, obviously, but what's the point of drafting him if Joe Burrow's not even going to have time to throw it to him? But we'll see how the Bengals do this year. I don't think they're going to fail as miserably as they did last year. I think Joe Burrow's going to stay healthy, even if his offensive line can't protect him. But, yeah, let's get on to the next one now. Yes, this seems like a good game. Sam Darnold playing against his former team against the quarterback who was drafted to replace him. Now, the Panthers are the better team talent-wise. They have Robbie Anderson at wideout. They also have DJ Moore. Their defense is Sam Darnold's okay. I mean, he was seeing ghosts because he was on the Jets, not because he was playing the Patriots, let's be honest. And, I mean, okay, the Jets, I don't know. The Jets, they have BYU's quarterback. I don't know how I forgot his name. It's like something. I'll remember it. I'll remember it soon. Don't worry. But yeah, they had a decent draft. And I think that they should do decent this year. I'm not saying they're gonna make the playoffs. That is not happening. But the Carolina's gonna win this game. But yeah. As much as I want the Titans to lose, a home game against Arizona is probably going to be something that they win. The Titans are rebuilding in a big way. They made an AFC championship in the middle of the rebuild, so the Titans are definitely a Super Bowl contender, but my biggest worry is their defense. Well, it's not really a worry, it's a hope. If they can't play defense, which means no Super Bowl for Tennessee, but okay. Their offense, they have all the pieces, let's be honest. They have A.J. Brown, Julio Jones. I don't think that Corey Davis is still on the team, but if he is, then him. Arizona has DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk, Andy Isabella. Not sure if Fitz retired. I'm going to have to look that up real quick, but they both have decent quarterbacks. Murray's probably the more talented one, but Tannehill's obviously the more experienced one, so I think that the Titans are going to come out with the win. But unlike most of the Titans' victories, it's going to be a good passing game. Like, normally it's just Derrick Henry destroying an offense, but this time it's going to be Ryan Tannehill throwing the ball downfield to those wideouts. And the Cardinals, they don't have the best defense, let's be honest. Their best defensive player is probably Budda Baker or Chandler Johnson, one of those two. And they're decent, but they can't carry all the other 9 people on the field. So I have to give the win to Tennessee this time. Now, as a Texans fan, I just naturally hate divisional round rematches. And this is going to be one of the ones gone south, kind of like last year with Kansas City. I mean, the Chiefs embarrassed the Texans on NBC in the opener. And the Browns, I won't call last year a fluke. I'll call last year a just overachieving. They'll still do decent. They'll probably get somewhere around 7 to 9 wins this year. But they're just not going to be like last year where they went 11-5 and they were stomping on the league. They're not going to get swept by the Ravens this year, but I'm not going to go too far down until they actually play the Ravens and I actually see them play this year. Remember, if my predictions are bad, then don't get mad at me, please. Because this is my first time doing NFL predictions and it's week 1, so I don't have really any prior regular season knowledge to how teams play this year. So, yeah. Okay, the Tom Brady's Patriots and the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they have Tua. The Patriots, they have Mac Jones. The two most recent quarterbacks for Alabama that are in the NFL now. And it looks like Alabama's going to be sending another one in a couple of years. But this is going to be a decent matchup. It'd be fun to see how a rookie quarterback could do against a sophomore that he backuped. And it's just going to be a nice story to it. Two divisional rivals that were on the same team. And I think that Tua's going to have to come down with this one. Tua's more experienced. He's more agile. I'll give Mac Jones a stronger arm. And Mac Jones obviously had the stronger national championship performance. I think it was like 52-24. Which is kind of sad on Ohio State's side, but we're talking about the NFL, so yeah, I'll give it to Tua this time, but their second game, it's going to be a little different the way I think this game's gonna go. I think it's going to be good. I think the Dolphins are going to win, and we'll see how the second game goes in Miami. Now, I don't remember who won the start for the season for Denver, but whoever did, they're gonna win this game regardless. The Giants, they don't have a defense. Their offense is mediocre, and it's gonna things could easily go south with one bad play for this team. So, I mean, New York has to get it together if they want to win, if they want to be contenders in their division this year. The only reason they were contenders last year was because it sucked the last year, and it's going to suck again this year, honestly. But at least the Cowboys are going to have something to show for it, and the football team has a defense. So, I mean, what can you really say about the Giants? They're kind of bland. They don't really have a defense. Their offense is mediocre. So, yeah, there's not much to say about the Giants except for Denver's going to win. The Packers. The Saints, I don't know if you could really call them breadwinners. I just voice cracked. You can't really call them breadwinners this year because Drew Brees is gone. He's retired. He's most likely not coming back. Taysom Hill is the starter, and Taysom Hill's an okay quarterback. You saw him in the starts last season. He didn't do anything too special. He beat Atlanta. I think he beat he beat Denver. Denver had their little issues last year. And but he lost to Philadelphia, and losing to Philadelphia is a crime in anybody's book. So I'm giving this one to the Packers. They're gonna do it in the Superdome, and maybe next time, Saints. You need to get a quarterback that knows how to throw the football better than they can run the football. So Saints fans get mad that I'm talking down on Taysom Hill, but he's just not, like, all that yet. Okay, whoever wrote this schedule did this on purpose. They put Matthew Stafford against his old division rival, and they put Jared Goff against his old division rival. Matthew Stafford gets to call one of the best stadiums in the NFL home, I mean, it looked like it had pretty good air conditioning in Ford Field, though. But you're going to need to, more than just air conditioning to have a good field, even if it's a dome. So, yeah, about the actual game now. The Bears, they have Andy Dalton now. They've been having quarterback problems for a little bit now. The Rams, they have Matthew Stafford. Stafford may finally be free. He may not. Who knows? Stafford has bailed the Lions out of situations, and then he's put the Lions in situations. But I think that the Rams are going to come up with this one. Mainly because the Chicago has a little bit of defense. The defense has gone down drastically in the last couple of years. They have a weird thing that they call offense. And they don't have a proper quarterback now. I mean, come on, you can't call Andy Dalton a starter anymore. Like, last time he was a starter, he went 2-14. I mean, at least he got the Bengals to Joe Burrow, but that's the best thing he's done since he was on the Bills or something. Okay, the Raiders have had a lot of different looks over the past couple of years. They look like they're going to be a AFC West contender, then they missed the playoffs. Then the next year, they look like they're going to be a Super Bowl contender. Then once again, they missed the playoffs. And now they're starting the year in that wonderful stadium that they call the Death Star now. And now they're playing against the Raiders. I mean the Ravens. They are the Raiders. But Lamar Jackson, he's had his fair share of issues. He got COVID last year. He banged up his knee in the playoffs. And now he's back in action against Oakland and Las Vegas, my bad. And we'll see how this game goes. I'm gonna give it to the Ravens just because in situations against Oakland, there's just the more talented team wins most of the time, unless it's week 2. But that's the end of the video here. I hope you agree with my... No, I really don't. My predictions kind of suck, not gonna lie. But I just hope that they somehow become somewhat accurate. If I get one game accurate, then I will flip out of my chair. But that's it for the video. I'll be doing things like this every week. Every Wednesday... I know today is Tuesday, when I post this, but every Wednesday I'm going to be posting a prediction video, and every Tuesday I'm going to be posting a weekly recap of the season. And yeah, the NFL is back, and I'm going to be putting my channel around that for a little bit until I get back into the normal swing of things. And, yeah, hope to see you in the next video, and bye.